Okay guys, let me, yep, you can hear the game and you can hear me, perfect. Okay, so, happy Monday, happy new start to the week everyone. I hope everyone had a great weekend. Yeah, I mean, I had a great Saturday. I'm trying to remember what I even did on my off day from stream, but yeah. And then in case you missed yesterday's stream, it was definitely a stressful one mostly. I was dealing with another tough dungeon on Zelda. But yeah, it's a new week, which means it's back to game number 1 in the game cycle. So yeah, today I will be getting back into some Ace Attorney trilogy and continuing with the third and final game in the trilogy, that being Trials and Tribulations. Do. Okay, so yeah, so in case you're wondering what case I'm on, I'm currently, I think I'm pretty close to finishing the first investigation part of the stolen turnabout, which is the Masque DeMasque case. Yeah, so, yeah, so, yeah, okay. I think I know what I meant to do. So, okay, or maybe I don't know what I meant to do. God damn it, why does this always happen? I need to, yeah, I'm starting to think I need to make either a mental or physical note of where I leave off every time I finish an Ace Attorney stream. Because I feel like a week always passes and then I come back on this game and I always struggle to remember where I got up to. So, yeah, but yeah, so we've talked to Maya, yeah, so, doobie doobie doo. Do do do. Doobie doobie doo. I'm just, this isn't really cheating, but I'm just using a guide just to, because I don't want to spend ages trying to remember where I even left off. So, doobie doobie doo. Do 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 do. Did I do? Yeah, let me just go to, I'm just gonna go back to Acme, cause did I do a Cyclock? Oh, I did, okay. Talk to Larry, yeah, I must have not done everything with Larry. Yeah, okay, yeah, I haven't done everything with Larry. Okay. So, yeah, so let's present the KB security key card to Larry. There we go. Let me... No. So you're sure about this key card? Yep, that's the key card we use at the building I work in. According to the serial number, this one is from the CEO's office. You need it to get into that room, and every time you use that card, it leaves a record. It leaves a record? Yeah, it tells you exactly who entered the room and when. Larry, I need that data. Whoa, slow down, man. Sorry, but that data is off limits to outsiders. If I lost this job, I'd never have a chance with Desi. It's times like these when I wish lawyers weren't so powerless. Okay, so I presented the key card. Okay. Yeah, I think I actually, yeah, what I was meant to present wasn't the key card, it was the blackmail letter. Hey Larry, what about this? What? If you've got something to say, then say it already. Huh? A blackmail letter? Yeah, so I hadn't finished Larry's part of the investigation yet, so I know where I am now, though, thank God. I'm gonna need to take a drink. Thank God I have plenty of water in my bottle. But yeah. No. I don't know if anyone else internationally stayed up late to watch the Oscars last night, but yeah, I was going to, and then I don't know why they even did this, but the main British broadcaster for the Oscars, they didn't just like show the ceremony, they had like what must have been like an hour-long pre-show before the actual ceremony. Like, I get everyone wants to see like who's gonna be at the Oscars and what everyone's wearing, but did they really have to talk about it and constantly go over the same things for like an hour before the show? Like, yeah, I think I definitely prefer award show broadcasts where, you know, it literally just shows you the show in like its usual format, like just the award show, like no discussion before or after it. Because why should you watch other people discuss it when you can just discuss it yourself, you know? But yeah, random tangent over. I just had to say that because yeah, because it's also really funny because apparently not a lot of people cared about many things at the Oscars. In fact, I saw a really interesting statistic from the Oscars that like half of the viewers turned off just after the opening performance. Like, Ariana and Cynthia Erivo's Wicked performance was like that show stopping that people literally like was like, yeah, okay. Pardon me. Yeah, Ari and Cynthia's Wicked performance at the Oscars was that show stopping that like half the viewers just like turned off the Oscars after that. Like, people didn't really care about the rest of the show. Yeah, to be fair, like the only reason I was watching the Oscars anyway was for Wicked, and given that Wicked didn't really win that many awards, which was honestly a big snub, I think. I think at least Cynthia should have gone away with lead actress. Like, I would have been okay with Ariana like missing out on supporting actress because, I mean, she was up against some very stiff competition in her category, and I'm not surprised that Zoe Saldana went home with the award. But yeah. Do you know anything about this? Well, what? I don't know anything about Alexis, and that's the truth. Huh? What? I can't believe you do this to me. I thought you were my friend. $50,000. I don't have that kind of money. No, you don't understand. This blackmail letter was sent to Rhonda Light. Whoa. Man, you scared me. I almost had a heart attack, you idiot. Wait, I'm the idiot? Man, I was totally confused because it says KB Security right there on the envelope. Yeah, so what? That's where I got a part-time job at KB Security. What? Sounds like I should really find out more about this KB Security company. Okay, let's talk with Larry about his workplace, KB Security. KB Security, the company in the blackmail letter. You know about it? That's where I work, yeah. In fact, I'm on the job right now. Huh? So what are you doing here then? Well, the boss is away right now, and you know what mice do when the cat's away. Yes. Anyway, how far away is the company? Let me see, about 30 minutes by car, I guess? Well, if you fly down the road anyway. Well, this apartment building is pretty close to Lordly Taylor, right? And it would take roughly an hour to go from here to KB Security and back. If Rhonda Light was at KB Security when the robbery occurred, then... Whoa! Then he couldn't have stolen the sacred urn. Hey Nick, your phone. Hello? Is this the right residence? Ah, Pearls, where are you? I thought I'd go to Lordly Taylor to try and find some more clues, but I'm afraid I've gotten lost. What? Give me that phone, Nick. Pearly, where are you right now? I was walking along and I found myself in front of that person's office. That person? Who? That person who doesn't act his age and always says Savari when he's excited. Look at me, Ace Detective. Okay, stay right there. We're coming to get you. Alright, I'm a little scared. Alright, let's go, Maya. Wait a second, Nick. Well, what? That phone call just now sounded like a real cutie. Another one of your, special friends. Larry, you do know that she's a kid, right? Come on. Say goodbye to Mr. Light for me, would you, Larry? Okay, so now we can make some proper headway. So let's go to Acme Detective Agency and link up with Pearl. But yeah, honestly, given how no one I really cared about won at the Oscars, I mean, that's not to say, like, to be fair, like, I hadn't even heard of most of the movies that have been nominated at the Oscars. Like, the only two I'd really heard of is Amelia Perez and Wicked, and also the Bob Dylan biopic that Timothée Chalamet was in. But, yeah, like, basically none of my favourites won, so it's like, But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Monday Night Raw tonight has more viewers than the Oscars ever did, because especially given the like landscape changing moment that happened at Elimination Chamber, that's still not over, because after like, so John Cena has been heel before, but only for like a very short time back in 2003. But honestly, I mean, I think this time, I mean, I'll actually be pretty shocked if he turns babyface again, like, before he retires. Like, I would honestly love just, like, John Cena's retiring, so he's just gonna be a bad guy and a snotty sellout SOB for the whole run. That would honestly be amazing, because if what happened at Elimination Chamber is any indication, something tells me John Cena as a heel is about to go off. Like, it's gonna be amazing. But yeah, anyway, Acme Detective Agency. Ah, Mr. Nick, Mystic Maya, Pearly. I never thought I'd see the two of you again. So it's Mr. Ace Detective out of the office. Yes, when I arrived here, there wasn't a single soul in sight. Say, Nick, doesn't it look like something's changed since we were here last? Now that you mention it. Yeah, sorry if I keep looking out the window. There was just like a guy that like looked like he was like looking through my window. Like, oh, I was starting to think like, cause the place I live in, the windows are quite big. Like they span the whole width of the wall. So yeah, I'm starting to think people are just more weirdly drawn to big windows, which is weird. But anyway, where was I going again? I really one thing this game would really benefit from is a log, because you know, like how I think Persona 5 has it, where you can just like look and see what was just talked about. Because thanks to the neighbours distracting me by like moving around outside, I've just like blanked on where I'm meant to go. Oh, okay, Maya just said something in the room has changed. Okay, so I think I know what she's referring to, so let's look at this big massive bag. This bag, I'm sure it wasn't here before. It looks quite full. I wonder what could be in here. Hey Nick, come on, open it up. Hey, wait a minute, we can't just open his private property. Don't be such a fuddy-duddy. This is an important investigation. That's true. And truth be told, I have to admit I am kind of curious. Well, what's in there? Hang on a sec. I'm taking it out now. Whatever it is, it feels kind of hard and smooth. Well, hello there. Eek! He's here. Oh great. Luke at me is back on the scene. What are you doing, Sir Lawyer? I'm shocked. God damn it. God damn it. Oh. I don't even know where these sneezes are coming from. Like, one minute I'm fine and the next I just feel like a tickle in my nose. Oh. I'm shocked to see a servant of the court ignoring the law so flagrantly. I'm really sorry. Maya made me do it. Nick, I can't believe you. A gentleman never uses a lady as an excuse for his own poor behavior. The real question is, can you afford to waste time lollygagging about here? What do you mean by that? Perhaps I should make myself more clear. Tomorrow's trial. Savari, shall we say the figurative, Sir William will be dropping his panties before lunchtime? Wow, Nick, sounds like it's gonna be really exciting. Huh! Don't mind me, just had to clear my throat. Okay, tomorrow's trial. What's going to happen at the trial tomorrow that's so dramatic? Do you know what your biggest mistake so far has been, Sir Lawyer? It was becoming a lawyer in the first place. Ooh, Ben. That certainly does sound like a big mistake, Mr. Nick. Tomorrow will be a day to remember. I, Luke Atme, will take the stand. And then, Zavari, my testimony will prove to be the undoing of the lot of you. Yes, all of you. I will unmask you as the thief's co-conspirators. Conspirators? Hehehehe. You're quick on the defensive, I see. However, it is not I that is your greatest enemy. There is a far more dangerous threat that you will face during the trial. Well, what are you talking about? Sir Lawyer, if you truly are who you say, I'm sure you've heard of him. His name is Godot. Godot? Okay, DeMasque's identity. You have taken a step down the path of foolishness. To try to defend a career criminal who deserves nothing less than the death penalty. Hey, last time I checked, no one knows for sure that Mr. Delight really is Masque DeMasque. Hee. My dear lady, times may change, but people sadly do not. Well, you will understand this when you are more mature. Okay, let's ask him about this mysterious Godot. Who is this Godot person? It's not surprising that a spirit medium has not heard the name. Godot, the prosecutor whose equal cannot be found in this country but in heaven. Godot, a legend or a myth, men pin a lifetime of hopes on the chance to simply meet him. Prosecutor Godot. But the best prosecutor in the country isn't Godot, it's Mr. Edgeworth. Isn't that right, Nick? It's no surprise that a spirit medium such as yourself would know nothing of this, but Ace Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth is currently traveling abroad. Huh? In fact, it was Mr. Edgeworth who acknowledged Godot as the best in this country. And you agree with that? Most certainly. In fact, you could call him the Luke Catme of the prosecutor's office. Well, that's good to hear. The prosecution has a fighting chance tomorrow. Mr. Nick, is this Godot really that strong? I seem to remember hearing about someone like that. Not surprising. Some people spend their entire lives idly waiting for his appearance. It looks like we're done investigating for the day. Hehehe. Sir Lawyer, the stage has been set and all the pieces are finally in place. All that remains now is for the dance to begin. A new prosecutor, an ace detective, and a thief. This will be one tough trial. Okay, the investigation is over, and now it is time to handle our business in the courtroom. Okay, let's save. There we go. Hey Nick, what is it? Is something wrong? Nah, but did you see all the people here? It's crazy. Oh, so check out the Masque DeMasque glossy I bought. You bought this where? From the little tents in front of the courthouse. They have all sorts of things for sale. You know I'm a sucker for this kind of stuff. Okay, a publicity photo of Masque DeMasque striking a pose stuck into the court record. Come on, I'm guilty. Throw the book at me. Who's screaming like that? Oh, Mr. Wright, you made it. Yeah, I did, but it doesn't look like things are going to get any less ugly for you. Because I did it. I'm the criminal. Me. Oh, he's at it again. I sent the calling card to Worldly Taylor. I admit it. But you don't have the sacred urn, right? Well, that's true, but that doesn't mean that I didn't commit the crime. Normally, when I say of course you didn't, I'm being sarcastic, but you, yikes. Anyway, I admit that I'm guilty, so make sure they give me a guilty verdict, please? Oh, there you are, Ronnie. Bonjour, sweetie. Oh, Desi, honey. But bonjour. Well, actually, I don't really know why I should be speaking French to you at a time like this. Leave it all to me, Ronnie. I swear I'll protect you. You see, actually the thief is me. Can I tell you something, Nicky boy? I can guarantee that my Ronnie is innocent. If he's declared guilty, I'll be ever so cross with you. So why are you smiling when you say it? Well, if you'll excuse me, I've got some errands I need to take care of. I'm counting on you, Nicky boy. Good luck. To be honest, I really don't know whether Ron is Masque DeMasque or not. But there's only one thing I am sure of. He doesn't have the sacred urn right now. Mr. Delight, it's time for you to enter the courtroom. For the time being, I guess I'll have to trust Desiree. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Ron Delight. The defense is ready, Your Honor. What about the prosecution? Are you prepared to... What a stupid question. Well, what did you say? Fine, let me ask you then, Your Honor. Are you ready? Are you ready to pass judgment? What? No, I'm not. I will pass judgment after I hear arguments from both sides. Well, if you're not ready yourself, you shouldn't expect others to be. That's a rule to live by. Who are you? I am Godot, legendary prosecutor. I've never lost a case. Ah, he's the one that Detective Atney was talking about. Yes, your reputation precedes you. What kind of cases have you dealt with so far? Ha, none. What did you say? I've never prosecuted a case before. Never? But you said you've never lost before. Exactly. I've never lost. I've never won before either. Quite arrogant for a beginner, aren't you? Even the mightiest of redwoods begin their lives as mere saplings. Yes, but a mask in a court of law? Ha, don't you know anything? No matter the man, we all wear masks, either on our faces or over our hearts. This guy is the real deal, alright, Nick. Why does it seem like all prosecutors are the real deal? So we finally meet Mr. Phoenix Trite. Yeah, I expect this guy to give Nick a lot of colourful nicknames. And Nick, is he a friend of yours? No, I don't have any friends that call me Trite. Just who is this masked man? I've returned from the depths of hell to do battle with you. Well then, Prosecutor Gobo. It's not Gobo, it's Godot, Your Honor. In any case, please give your opening statement. Opening statement? Those things are not fit for even dogs to consume. I have only one thing to say before we start. To you, Mr. Trite. Well, what is it? Are you familiar with the saying, a chain is only as strong as its weakest link? I wonder how much you can withstand before you and your case break in two. Well then, let's hear from the first witness. Gumshoe. My name is... No one has asked for your name, witness. Urk. The important thing is what you know, that's all. Start talking. We're listening. Yes, sir. Alright, witness. First, let's hear about what you know about the thief that stole the urn. Yes, sir. Okay, Gumshoe's first testimony, Masque DeMasque's crimes. Masque DeMasque is a master thief that first started his crime spree 6 months ago. He's so confident that he sends his calling card before he even commits the crime. This was his 5th heist, and as usual, he sent a card to a lordly tailor. His pattern is to always go after only the most precious art pieces. That's why we're sure it was Masque DeMasque, sir. It fits his MO to a T. So then the actual identity of this Masque DeMasque is... Mr. Godot, what are you... He's drinking coffee. We're in the middle of a trial here, Mr. Godot. Blacker than a moonless night, hotter and more bitter than hell itself. That is coffee. I'm sure you can grant me at least this much, Your Honor. Oh, please, proceed. Very well, it's only coffee after all. What? You can't be letting him slide this early in the trial. Proceed with your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Well, Nick, what are you going to do? As long as they haven't brought up Mr. Delight's identity, all we can do is show that it wasn't Masque DeMasque who stole the urn. Okay, cross-examination. Okay, time to utilize my strategy. Let's press. Have you been involved in the investigation from the beginning? Yep, nobody knows more about the thief than me, pal. It's true. I'm a Savari, author on thieves. Oh god. An author? He's written books about thieves? I think he probably meant to say authority. The fact that this guy can slip through even my fingers shows how good he is, pal. It's easy when those fingers happen to be butterfingers. Yeah, let's press harder. So nobody knows more about the thief than you, huh? You got it, pal, except maybe for the thief's mom, that is. But isn't there someone who knows even more about him than the police? You don't mean Detective Savari, do you? Who is this person? Savari? He sounds German. His name is Luke Atme, sir. I guess I shouldn't have made up such a silly name for him. What the heck? I guess he's not all that famous after all. Anyway, it's true that he did manage to retrieve the last item the thief stole. Oh, I see. It seems you're not the expert you claim to be. It looks like the thief is toying with me even now. He's so confident that he sends his calling card before he even commits the crime. Yeah, okay. Yeah, let's press this one. Have you seen all of these so-called calling cards? Of course I have, except... Don't mind me just doing moderation. The person in charge of the treasure exhibit never brought their card to the police, so I didn't see this one until after the crime occurred. That's because Detective Atme stopped Miss Andrews from taking it to the police. Was the calling card that Lordly Taylor received authentic? Well, all the cards have one common identifying feature, but we're not releasing that info to the general public. But you're absolutely certain that this card is real? Gumshoe can't say it out loud, but I bet he's talking about Masque DeMasque's emblem. Okay, press his 5th heist and your 5th screw-up, huh? Objection, pal. That ain't fair. Maybe you could say I screwed up 4 times, but this last time wasn't my fault. I didn't know about the calling card this time. You of all people shouldn't be chuckling about this, Detective Gumshoe. I just want everyone here in the courtroom to know something. If you ever get a calling card from this guy, don't call some stupid private eye. Call your local police right away, got me? Wow, it looks like he's really got it in for Detective Atme. Okay, press art pieces, like what, for example? Well, his first target was the famous tear of Emanon. What's that? Some kind of specially salty teardrop? No, sir, it's a blue diamond. A single rare diamond. Next was the crown of Bongora. You know, the thing you put on your head. After that was the left hand of Hades, and then the portrait of Megina, sir. Detective Atme retrieved the portrait of Megina and returned it to the museum. And the target of his 5th and last robbery was the sacred urn, right? But isn't it difficult for him to dispose of such famous art pieces? Well, we assume he must have some underworld connections. Somehow Mr. Delight doesn't look the type. Yeah, he's a little too sunny to be hanging out in the underworld. Okay, press. What do you mean when you say it fits his emerald to a T? I was thinking of asking the same thing myself. Ugh, I wish you would listen a little more closely, pal. First of all, there's the calling card. We're 100% certain it's authentic. Then there's the fact that he seemed to know all about the security system. And finally, his target was an art piece. These are all part of the thief's MO. And so, since this robbery seems to fit all these conditions, that's right, it means that Masque DeMasque is behind it. Nick, it definitely looks like it was Masque DeMasque who stole the urn. But there's no real evidence either way as to whether Ron Delight is Masque DeMasque. But, also, the urn hasn't turned up yet alone in connection to Mr. Delight himself. So even though we know it was Masque DeMasque that did it, maybe for the time being I should try to show it wasn't Masque DeMasque that did it. Okay, so let me look in the court records. So we have a poster for the Treasures of Corinne exhibit, which highlights the Sacred Urn. Then we have Army Faye's golden statue. Then we have the Sacred Urn. Then we have DeMasque's calling card. I will be coming to Purloin, the most priceless work of art on display in your Treasures of Corinne exhibit. Take good care of the speckled urn, won't you? Speckled urn? That might be a contradiction. The camera data, Shichishita, security camera photo, blackmail letter. If you don't want your true identity revealed to the world, come to KB Security at 1 AM on October 12th and bring $50,000. If you don't, I'll take that red diamond you received the other day instead. Ron's wallet, key card, and publicity photo. Okay, so I think the first contradiction might be the calling card. I mean, yeah, yeah, and I think I know what to present, I just don't know when to present it. Yeah, that didn't work. Okay. Yeah, okay, so oh, never mind. Okay. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Yeah, that was actually the second thing I was thinking, so yeah, I was thinking for my first choice I'd try the calling card, and then because yeah, when I looked at the end I was like, why would someone try and steal something that even though it appears priceless is actually not worth anything? Can I ask you a little something, Detective Gumshoe? Just hearing the little in that question is making me nervous. You said that he always goes after the most precious art pieces, right? That's right, pal. But there's one problem. That's not what he did in this case. The supposedly priceless urn doesn't exactly rise to the level of precious art. Well, what do you mean? And Nick, how can you say such a terrible thing? No, I meant from a financial point of view. I mean, it wouldn't fetch a good price. Well, Prosecutor Godot, what is the value of that urn? The appraisers I spoke to said they couldn't attach a price to it, and I mean that in the worst sense. So in other words, it was not the kind of item that Masque DeMasque would normally go after. Herc. If I understand you correctly, Mr. Wright, you're saying that the theft of the sacred urn was not the work of Masque DeMasque. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Actually, all I did was point out the contradiction. The argument made itself, but, well, first of all, we need to get this issue cleared up. Was this last robbery the work of Masque DeMasque or not? What do you have to say about this, Mr. Godot? This coffee here, it's my own special blend. I call it Godot number 107. I'm trying to decide whether to cut down on the acidity or the bitterness. That's the only thing I've got on my mind right now, Mr. Trite. Well, what? If you're really a man, you should clean up your own mess. Sorry, but I don't get what you mean. If you're saying it wasn't Masque DeMasque that stole the urn, then it must be someone imitating Masque DeMasque's methods. A fake DeMasque? Fake DeMasque? That sounds so ridiculous, but I like it. Now, before I decide on my coffee, I believe some proof is in order, Mr. Trite. Proof that the person who appeared at Lordly Taylor that night was actually a fake. Though I don't approve of Mr. Godot's behavior, his point is valid. Mr. Wright, we're waiting. It looks like I'm going to have to prove it. I need proof that the person at Lordly Taylor that night was in fact fake DeMasque. Okay. Yeah, what the heck? Where is the... Okay, so that is, so that's the Masque DeMasque that appeared on the night of the crime. Aha! Wait, there's a difference in the costume. So the real Masque DeMasque has an emblem, like, sort of tying together his jacket. Whereas the fake DeMasque doesn't have the emblem. So yeah, let's present the security camera photo. The proof is right here. This looks like a photo taken by a security camera, but if you look closely, you'll notice something peculiar about it. Ha! Well then, why don't you go ahead and show us what it is? Go on, use this pointer and show us just what about this picture is so peculiar. So yeah, I will point to the area where the emblem is meant to be. It's right here, of course. You mean Masque DeMasque? I have here a piece of reference I would like the court to take a look at. Isn't that the publicity photo I bought this morning? The problem I have with the security camera photo is the brooch on DeMasque's chest. A breach here? George, you're so thick, Jesus. Bailiff, get my steed, we need to retreat at once. A brooch, Your Honor. It's a sort of clasp for holding one's cape on. A clasp, eh? Ah, I see now. But the Masque DeMasque in the security camera photo. Ah, he has no brooch. That brooch is the same as the emblem on DeMasque's calling card and serves as a symbol. But the thief that broke into Lordly Taylor wasn't wearing a brooch. In other words, this Masque DeMasque is a fake. I've been fooled again. Order. It's true. Undeniably true. Detective Gumshoe. How? How could you have overlooked this? I'm sorry, sir. I don't know how I... Hey now, if you're gonna have a pity party, invite me too. Mr. Godot, you deserve some blame in this too. How could you have overlooked such a large brooch? Ha, the brooch you're talking about? Do you mean this? Ah, that's Masque DeMasque's brooch. Where did you find it? Well, I've always had a good nose for evidence. I got it at the crime scene. It was hidden in the shadow of a big female Buddha statue. Buddha statue? He must mean the Army Faye statue. Well, why didn't you tell me about that, sir? I always put evidence away in my pocket. After all, it's the safest place for crucial evidence. Grrr, this guy is one cool customer. It's a little early to be shaken up, isn't it, little lady? That friend of yours left pretty little hickeys on there too. Oh my god, Godot. Hickeys? Figuratively speaking, of course. I'm referring to Rhonda Light's fingerprints. What? What? The defendant's fingerprints are on the brooch? That's not good. Order in the court. Mr. Godot, let's see that brooch. I've grown attached to my metallic girlfriend here. Take good care of her. It appears to have been torn off some clothing. There's a little bit of cloth left on the back. Obviously, there must have been a big struggle that night at the crime scene. Uh-oh. Phoenix, we have a problem. Okay, DeMasque's brooch has been added to the court record. Found in the shadow of Army Faye's statue. Looks like it was torn off clothing. Ha! You mess with Godot, and you get burnt. Grr, he's been playing me like a violin. Well, Judge, I'm about ready to call my next witness. Huh? You're done with me? But I haven't proved anything yet. You've proven your own incompetence. That's good enough. That doesn't sound good at all. Bailiff, bring the next witness into the courtroom. Finally time for the ace detective to make his appearance, huh? One second is one drip of the coffee pot. Let's hurry it up. Shh! Silence! Now I see. It's all becoming clear. Well, what's clear? Savari. The truth has once again been elegantly revealed to me. What we have here is a judge and a prosecutor. A coffee maniac at that. Am I correct? Well, yes, that's right. Ha! Not bad at all. You're the first person that's ever been able to penetrate my secret veil. Well, Sir Prosecutor, let me introduce myself. My name is Luke Atme, ace detective and rising star illuminating the heavens. Boy, these two make a perfect pair. They'd either be best friends or they'd tear each other's heads off. I've heard that on the night of the crime, you were all alone on security detail. You have heard correctly. My specially made monocle is worth more than 100 Detective Gumshoes. If Detective Gumshoe was worth anything, that is. Why was this guy all by himself anyway? There must be some reason, I'm sure of it. Well then, tell us what this special monocle of yours witnessed. Okay, Luke Atme's first testimony, what I witnessed. It was approximately 1 o'clock in the morning, just after the date changed. That's when my nemesis, the infamous Masque DeMasque, dancingly descended upon me. Just as I began to turn, the coward struck a fierce blow upon my noble head. Darkness swallowed me before I could land a single strike. When I awoke, he was gone. 30 minutes later, I used an emergency phone to notify the police. So you didn't get a clear look at the criminal? My specially made monocle never misses a thing. However, that is limited to things that fall within my own visual range. But of course that's only natural. I fail to see why the witness seemed so proud of his performance that evening. Well, sir, old-timer, let me explain. We are not speaking of any ordinary thief, but of the king of thieves, the great Masque DeMasque, my arch-enemy. That is what my instincts and my years of experience tell me. Very well. Proceed with the cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Okay, what I witnessed. So let's press again. So that will be 1 o'clock on the morning of the 12th, correct? That's an impressive deduction, Sir Lawyer. You were on security duty that night. Where exactly were you at the time? A penetrating question. I was in the basement warehouse near the computer. Near the computer, huh? So then you weren't trying to remain hidden, I take it? Up to this point, I have tried to remain concealed while waiting for the thief. Yeah, he said the same thing yesterday, too. Gumshoe also said that they've never spotted the thief at the crime scene before. Precisely. That is precisely why I chose not to hide last night. I knew that by not concealing myself, I would be putting pressure on the thief. Looks like the thief was the one applying pressure on your pigeony head, that is. In any case, that's when my nemesis, the infamous Masque DeMasque, dancingly descended upon me. Let's press. Dancingly descended? From where exactly? Well, from the entrance, I suppose. Where else? So in actuality, he neither danced nor descended. Someone please save me. So how is it that you didn't notice the thief? My eyes were looking for the thief's shadow while my ears listened for his footfalls. But even so, the dastardly criminal managed to sneak up on me. It can only be due to his subtly camouflaged cape and soft sole shoes. I hereby dub you a stunts. Okay, press. You didn't see the criminal's face when that happened. Well, that's the difficult part. How should I put it? I saw his mask. That's all that I can recall. That's not very solid as far as testimony goes. However, fortunately, I have my third monocle, the security camera at the ready. It captured his image perfectly. This should be sufficient, I believe. Well, as long as this photo is authentic, I don't see a problem here. Well, Mr. Godot, do you have a problem with the photo? Good. Then let's continue with the testimony. Okay, press. Attacked and knocked unconscious, and you weren't able to do a thing. That's certainly some very impressive detective work. Well, Sir Lawyer, have you ever been suddenly struck on the head? Huh? Well, actually, yes, by a fire extinguisher. And what happened? I was knocked out. And you lost your memory, too. You see, you have no right to look down on me then, do you? The only reason I didn't lose my memory was because I have more brains to begin with. He may have brains, but the wiring to the self-reflection part seems to be severed. In any case, that was how I was knocked senseless, and then... Okay, press. About this 30 minutes. My silver cord was loosened and my soul fled to the golden halls of Elysium. As usual, I have no idea what this guy is saying. I think he's saying that he was out cold. So, what happened during these 30 minutes? No one can say, Your Honor. That span of time has truly vanished into the ether. Just what is he going on about? There's something suspicious about Detective Atney. How could he not have noticed when the thief came in? Also, he says he was knocked unconscious before he could fight back. But that can't be right. It contradicts the evidence. Huh? Which piece? The real question is, why would he tell such an obvious lie? Okay, is it really as simple as, like, statement 2, present the camera photo? Yeah, let me look through the court record again. So, treasure exhibit, Army Fair's golden statue, sacred urn, DeMasque calling card, camera data, cheater. Yeah, that doesn't contradict what Atme said. Camera photo. Blackmail letter. Ron's wallet. Key card. Publicity photo. Okay, DeMasque brooch. No. I think I know what the contradiction is. I'm gonna go the brooch and on this statement. Yes, I got it right. I figured it out. Woo! Okay. Mr. Ratney, could you take a look at this with that special monocle of yours? Aha! This belongs to the criminal mastermind, my arch nemesis, Masque DeMasque. It is, in point of fact, Masque DeMasque's brooch. It was found on the floor of the basement warehouse. I wonder how that happened. Ha! Elementary, my dear lawyer. Obviously it wasn't glued on well enough. Not quite. It clearly shows signs of having been ripped off a piece of clothing. Ripped off? Aha! We can only deduce that the thief struggled with someone that night. That's the only thing I can think of. And there's only one person that was in a position to have a struggle with the thief. The only person that was on security duty that night. You, Detective Atme. Detective Atme, you must have fought with the thief that night. So why did you lie in your testimony to the court? Witness, giving false testimony is a serious crime. No. Well, wait just a moment, Sir Old-Timer. Don't talk to me like I'm living in a nursing home. I just remembered, Your Honor. I was just confused because I've been dealing with so many cases lately. The true measure of a man is in the amount of work he does. That's what I always say. Nick, you can only handle one case at a time, isn't that right? You talk too much. Witness, so are you now saying that you and the thief fought? Hold on, that's quite enough, Your Honor. Excuse me? Save the big questions from the testimony. That's one of my rules. Indeed, I understand. I, Luke Atme, agree completely. Okay, new testimony, fight with the thief. Indeed, it's true that I looked away from the door for a brief moment. However, Luke Atme cannot be so easily discombobulated. Unfortunately, the thief grabbed a weapon from the side and rendered me senseless. A true gentleman fights only with his own fists, but they were not enough. His first blow struck true. Bam! And that's all she wrote. So in the end, you did catch a glimpse of Masque DeMasque. Correct. It was during his third crime that he struck me from behind. It seems that my memory has become a tad jumbled, so to speak. Well, that's certainly understandable. I myself always get confused about which testimony goes in which case. But that can't be good. Okay, cross-examination, fight with the thief. Press. So why did you look away from the door anyway? In addition to the camera, I had prepared a variety of other sensors as well. The alarm on one of those had gone off, so I had to check the data. That's why I went to the computer, elegantly of course. So you were momentarily vulnerable when you were working on the computer. What should I do? Should I ask some more questions? Yeah, should I ask any questions here? That's enough. Well, we know for sure that Atme looked away from the door. I think I should ask about something else now. Alright, so you looked away from the door, and then... Okay, press... God damn! Bless me. What does that mean, discombobulated? Young people these days, they really irritate me. They allow perfectly good old words to die until everyone forgets what they mean. Sorry, but what exactly does it mean anyway? Now I've forgotten. What was I saying? Jeez, it's better than old people who forget what they were saying 5 seconds ago. Well, it looks like we've cleared that up. You can go on with your testimony. Okay, press. What do you mean by weapon from the side? Naturally, that thief had no idea that Luke Atme was hiding in the area. He grabbed the sword from the statue that was standing by the door to the warehouse. Sword? You mean the sword that was all twisted like a tree branch? Correct. Fortunately for me, the blade was not sharp. Okay, so he is talking about Shichito. So the thief armed himself with a sword. And what about yourself, witness? Okay, press. You had that much faith in your own fighting abilities? But of course, in college I was the second in charge of the boxing club. I'm sorry if I failed to find that appropriately impressive. However, my opponent in the ring this time was my arch nemesis, Masque DeMasque. This guy is a real piece of work. Okay, press. Can you tell us a little more about what happened? My opponent was both powerful and vicious. You might say he was powericious. Powericious? I assumed the Atme fighting stance, but a sudden flash of light blinded me. That, of course, was checkmate. My opponent bested me. What do I do now? Should I ask more about this? Atme fighting style? What is this Atme fighting style? I'm sorry, but that's a trade secret. I really can't say any more. But I suppose I can tell you if I absolutely must. The main thing is to put your back to the wall. That way no one can get behind you. That's it? That's the Atme fighting style? Well, Mr. Wright, what about that testimony? It was very important. Of course it's important. We've learned a detective's secret technique after all. Yes, indeed. I'll remember to use it if I ever take a walk alone late at night. Why the heck is he eyeballing me like that? It's creeping me out. Now then, witness. We'll go ahead and add that secret info to your official testimony. I put my back to the wall to fight, but the thief's blow landed upon my third eye. Okay, yeah, I'm thinking I need to present the Shichita on that one. Yeah. Detective Atme, your testimony is crumbling like a house of cards. What fun this is, Sir Lawyer. It is truly a pleasure to cross swords with you. And now once again, you have thrown down the gauntlet at my armored feet. I believe this is what you said yesterday. No, the coward must have wormed his way in through somewhere besides the door. Then my arch nemesis struck me on the head from behind with this gruesome item here. From behind, huh? But just now you testified that he struck you on the forehead. I hardly think you could forget where you were hit on the head. It seems I've made another mistake. Detective Atney, that's not the only strange part of your testimony. Well, what do you mean by that? For example, the very fact that you hid the calling card from the police itself is strange. It's almost as if you were afraid they were going to help with security. Geniuses such as myself have always been misunderstood. How sad. That's wrong. To err is human, to forgive divine. Humans aren't machines, they have souls, feelings. They live, they die, they love, they hate, and yes, they even make mistakes. Hey, hold on. It's not as pretty as that. Really? What is it like then? Always chase a riddle down to the end. That's one of my rules. This is it. This might just be my chance to turn things around. Mr. Wright, what exactly is it that you're asserting? Very well, Your Honor. The defense asserts that, Mr. Atney is Masque DeMasque. The answer is simple. It's all clear to me now. Detective Luke Atney's true identity is actually Masque DeMasque. Yar! Ooh, that reaction seemed very telling. Order in the court. Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this? There are too many unnatural parts to Mr. Atney's story. He says he was hiding at the crime scenes, which is why no one ever saw him there. And then in his last case, he manages to outperform Detective Gumshoe and the entire police force to miraculously retrieve the stolen treasure. That's because I analyzed the crime scene data and made an exquisitely elegant deduction. I picked up clues that the police overlooked in order to arrive at a... Oh, please. The explanation is far simpler than that, Detective Atney. The truth is that you are, in fact, Masque DeMasque. But Mr. Wright, this photo, it clearly shows Masque DeMasque. This security camera belongs to Lordly Taylor department store. He shouldn't have been able to manipulate it. He didn't need to manipulate it. He gained access to the warehouse under the pretense of providing security. Then he simply dressed up as a thief and stole the urn. So the ace detective is actually an ace thief. Is this true, witness? DeMasque's Samo is pure genius, and so am I. Look at me, ace detective. You're very clever to have come to such conclusion. I am impressed, Sir Lawyer. What? Witness, you're admitting it? Nick, now's your chance. Yes, time to put the last nail in this guy's coffin. Detective Atney, when you assume the thief's identity. Oh yeah, the fast coffee thrower. Good old Blend 102, my personal favorite. Paul Phoenix. When Mr. Godot. The ace detective is actually an ace thief. I smell a best-selling novel. There's only one problem. It simply isn't true. But Mr. Godot, Mr. Wright has made some very strong points, and just the way you can see his eyes through the liquid. I will admit my opponent has woven a compelling narrative out of whole cloth, but it is in fact nothing more than a patchwork quilt. Mr. Trite? If this detective really is a thief, then show us the proof of your claim. But it had better be as hot and as perfect as the coffee dripping down your face. Well, Mr. Wright, don't just stand there. This court would like to see this decisive proof you have quickly. Huh? Oh, yes, of course. What's the big rush? Are you alright, Nick? Atme looks pretty rattled right now. I'd like to finish this right now if I can, but can I really do it? The decisive evidence that proves Mr. Luke Atme is in fact Masque DeMasque. Okay. Doobie doobie doo. Okay. It has yet to be found. Proof. Of course I got nothing. Ha, just what I thought. A man has to hold his head up high no matter how bad things get after all. Ugh, I see. I thought perhaps you had some evidence to back up your assertion. This is no good, I've got to stay on the attack. I'll never get another chance to prove that this guy is a thief. Don't give up, Nick. Think harder and try again. It's no good, I'm just not ready yet. But, are you going to just give up and let us lose this? So you come to your senses, have you, Sir Lawyer? I can't think of a counterattack at all. It seems the cloud of suspicion surrounding this witness has lifted. Mr. Godot, if you have anything further... Hold it. Who are you? That doesn't really matter right now, does it? Mr. Light, what are you doing here? Nicky boy, the thing you've been looking for? I think I found it. You mean that bag? No, not the bag. Wait, the end's in the bag. And where was that bag before? It was in Atme's office. Oh my god, Desi might have just helped us out massively. But that's the sacred urn. Nick, it's the urn. Order. You, madame. That urn. Where did you find it? You'll never believe it. It was in the office of Mr. Fancy Pants Ace Detective Luke Atme. Oh, Desi, you're the best. Okay, Sacred Urn has been updated. Found in the office of Luke Atme, has pink splotches all over it. Well, how do you explain that one, Mr. Atme? Even you weren't going to have a hard time weaseling out of this one. Ha, pathetic. Mr. Godot, do you have something you wish to say? Yes, Your Honor. It simply amazes me how quickly times change. In the old days, a man was to be taken at his word. It's truly sad. You're still denying that Mr. Atme was involved? Before casting aspersions at Detective Atme, consider the young lady here. Your name is Desiree. Desiree Delight, is that correct? Yes, what about it? Ha, how charming. The lengths that a woman is willing to go to save her husband is truly inspiring. Well, what are you insinuating? As the wife of the criminal, you could have discovered that stolen urn anywhere, including the office of the good detective here. So you found the urn. What does that prove? It certainly doesn't prove where the urn was before you found it. What? I just brought it here from the detective's office. Please, madame. This town is already filled to the brim with lies. Any more could only compound the tragedy we have been witness to. You're wrong. I would never do such a thing. Mr. Light. Please, Nicky boy, you've got to help me talk some sense into these people. There must be some way. I've got to prove that urn was actually in the Atme Detective Agency. Okay. Okay, show the fingerprints on the urn. I can prove where the urn was by the fingerprints on it. Fingerprints, eh? Oh, come now. Now you're really making me laugh, Sir Lawyer. Fingerprints indeed. May I go on? Good. Now, it would be perfectly understandable if my fingerprints were on the urn. After all, it was I who was guarding the urn in the first place. In any case, I'm always in the habit of wearing gloves, as you can see. So unfortunately, my fingerprints wouldn't be evidence of anything. What about it, Mr. Wright? The witness's fingerprints would mean nothing anyway. And Nick, what are you going to do now? I've come too far to turn back now. Atme must have brought the urn back to his office yesterday, and there I'm sure someone must have left their fingerprints on it. The defense proposes that the fingerprints of this person should be on the urn. Now, if you remember, Phoenix actually touched the urn himself, so we're going to test and see if Phoenix's prints are on there. So what is all this fuss about fingerprints anyway? Mr. Atme, do you recall the events of yesterday? Hey Nick, come on, open it up. Hey, wait a minute, we can't just open his private property. Don't be such a funny-duddy, this is an important investigation. Well, what's in there? Hang on a sec, I'm taking it out now. Whatever it is, it feels kinda hard and smooth. Well, hello there. It's true that I didn't get a chance to look in the bag at the time, but I did touch what was inside. Well, what? You touched it? And I remember it very well. It was smooth and hard. Well, that was just... Your Honor, I'd like the court to examine the fingerprints on that urn. If my fingerprints are on there, then it proves that the urn was in Detective Atme's office. Well, even if your fingerprints are on the urn, it still doesn't prove when they were put there, does it? Of course it does. Well, what did you say? It's not what I say, but what Adrian Andrews, the person in charge of the exhibition, said. I polished it until it was just about glowing. I thought maybe I could make it look more valuable. If she polished it that much, she must have removed any and all fingerprints on it. And the only chance I had to get my fingerprints on it after that was yesterday at the Atme Detective Agency. Ha! This blend, Godot Blend 107. I decided. It's a little too bitter after all. Order, order, order. I accept the defense's request. Bailiff, take this urn and... Wait a moment, Your Honor. There's no need for that. No need, you say? Precisely. I already know Mr. Wright's fingerprints are on the urn. Well, what are you saying? Yes, I've finally broken him down. Take a good look, everyone. Unable to find a rival worthy of my genius, I was forced to create one by myself. Here I am, the tragic clown. This guy is nuttier than a fruitcake. You see, it was me all along. I am the one and only Masque DeMasque. Haha, I hope you all enjoyed my little performance. Hee hee hee, haha, ho, hee hee. Well, Mr. Godot, what's Mr. Atme's condition? He's still in the lobby, laughing insanely, Your Honor. I wish I could enjoy the joke as much as he seems to be. Well, it looks like the matter has been settled. I came perilously close to besmirching the record of an innocent young man, besmirching him with the title of thief. Nick, you were right after all. Yeah, I guess Mr. Delight really wasn't the thief. The court finds the defendant, Mr. Ron Delight. Hold it! You're wrong. Wrong, I tell you. I mean, not exactly wrong so much, but actually not right is what I was really trying to say. Oh no, he's not. This can't be happening. The thief, the sneaky, odious thief who's been stealing all the treasures. It's me. I'm him. I'm the one you want. I'm the thief, I tell ya. So do it. Pronounce me guilty, please. I don't know what kind of kangaroo court you all think this is, but the true identity of the thief has already been proven. Please hurry and pass, Judge. What are you talking about? I already confessed. I'm the thief, I tell you. Mr. Godot, don't just stand there drinking coffee. Ha! Hey there, Mr. Thief. Yes, sir. If you're really a man, then clean up your own mess. I'm sorry. I'm afraid I just don't have any idea what you mean. If you are Masque DeMasque, then prove it. That's what it means. Yes, sir. I'd be happy to. He says he'll be happy to, Nick. It's kinda cute. He's 100% committed to his fantasy. Good boy. Just remember one thing. A boy only gets one chance in his life to become a man. I know that. I won't fail, I swear. Okay then, talk. We're all listening. Oh well, let's all have a listen to this confession. Okay, so Rhonda Light's got a testimony. Just gonna have another drink of my water. Oh, there we go. Ugh. Don't mind me, my right ear is just annoying me a little bit. There we go. Okay, Masque DeMasque's identity. The truth is, I've been Masque DeMasque all along. I mean, you can't prove that I'm not actually Masque DeMasque, can you? I don't have an alibi for the night the urn was stolen, after all. I donned my costume that night and dancingly descended upon the scene of the crime. Look, you can see right there in the photo. That's me. As for my brooch, I snagged it on the door handle and it got torn off, that's all. I don't like the direction this trial has taken, but this is how every trial goes, at least with me anyway. Ha! You're doing great. Hee hee. Stop it, Mr. Godot, you're embarrassing me. Like I said, you're only going to get one chance to testify, alright? But if you make it through this with flying colors, I'll keep my promise too. I'll make sure you stay locked up in prison as the one and only true Masque DeMasque. Thanks so much, Mr. Godot. I'll do my best. Alright, Mr. Wright, I'm afraid it's time for the cross-examination. Okay, cross-examination. Let's press. You may think you're the real Masque DeMasque, but your wife thinks you're delusional. I haven't told Daisy yet about my true identity, I mean. Believe me, I've got my reasons. With the way your room is decked out, how could she not know about it? Even these have complicated family situations, I suppose. What should I do? It sounds like we're about to get sidetracked again. Okay. Yeah, I don't need to press harder on that one. There's no point in digging through any more of their dirty laundry. Well, why don't you continue with your testimony for now? I mean, you can't prove that I'm not actually Masque DeMasque, can you? Okay. So, I think it's finally time to bring up Rhonda Light's actual occupation. So yeah, let's present his wallet. Mr. Delight, this wallet belongs to you, correct? Ah, yes, it does. I lost it somewhere. Mr. Wright, when you find a wallet, you should report it to the police right away. Ah, no, you don't understand. This is an important piece of evidence. Evidence? Mr. Delight, when did you first notice that you lost your wallet? Let's see. I think it was on the night of the crime. But I know I still had it when Desi and I went out for dinner. This wallet was found at approximately 1 AM at KB Security HQ. What? Surely you're not serious. Yes, I am serious. This proves that Mr. Delight was in fact at KB security that night. No! So if the defendant was at KB security at 1 o'clock in the morning, then that proves he has a watertight alibi. No! Furthermore, considering the distance between Lordly Taylor and KB security, it would have taken 30 minutes to get there by car, according to Larry anyway. Well, Mr. Godot, do you have anything to say? And stop drinking that coffee. Come on, Mr. Thief. Don't let this guy beat you. Tell him why he's wrong. You're the only one who calls me thief, Mr. Godot. Alright, I'll try. I'll do it. I will. He's really got Mr. Delight all worked up. Yeah, he's like a kid in his first day of school. Look, it's just ridiculous. Why would I have dropped my wallet at KB security? Someone must have planted it there to make it look like I was there and not at the heist. Planted it there? He's really reaching now. Mr. Delight, you probably dropped your wallet when you took it out to use this, didn't you? The key card to KB Security's CEO office. No! Ha! That was a pretty good try, Mr. Trite. Unfortunately, you've overlooked one small thing. What? Motive, of course. Why would this thief go to KB security in the middle of the night anyway? Well, Mr. Wright, it looks like you need some more evidence after all. Grr, this stupid kid. Now then, let's see your evidence. The evidence that shows why Mr. Delight went to KB security at 1 AM that night. I believe he went there for the blackmail letter. Yep. Mr. Delight, I believe you've seen this before, correct? Ah, that's... What is it? A blackmail letter. That's what it looks like from the contents. But blackmail? Yes, basically it says bring $50,000. That certainly sounds like blackmail, alright. At the time of the theft, Mr. Delight was dealing with the blackmailer himself in KB Security's CEO office a full half an hour away from the scene of the crime. Ugh. Irk. No, 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 no! Order, order, order! So when the theft of the N occurred, the defendant was at KB Security. It looks like a perfect case for the defense. You may see it as a perfect case, Judge, but to me... Well, let's just say that my Godot Blend 107 impresses me a lot more. What are you trying to say? You say the thief was being blackmailed by the CEO of a security company, but did you actually investigate the CEO at all? Huh? Well, no, I guess not. Accusing a man of blackmail with no proof, I'm not sure what I think of that. Not sure what I think of that? At least I know what I think of you. Good point. I'm not sure what I think of it myself. You claim that the defendant entered the CEO office, but you will need at least one witness to corroborate your claim, Mr. Wright. Nick, I think we're going to have to track down the CEO guy. No, we don't have to track down the CEO at all. What do you mean by that, Mr. Trite? There is someone else who can testify. This is the person who can testify that the key card was used at 1 AM that night. Of course, there's only one person it can be. It's time to call out the books. Who is this useless looking young man? You don't remember him, Your Honor? Not exactly. But just looking at his picture makes the bile start to rise in my throat. It looks like he doesn't remember the case from 2 years ago. He probably blocked out the memory on purpose. Anyway, this man was working as a guard at KB Security that night. Oh. The question at hand is the key card. Yep, that's the key card they use in the building I work. According to the serial number, this one is for the CEO office. You need it to get into the room, and every time you use that card, it leaves a record. Yeah, it tells you exactly who entered the room and when. As you can see, there's no need to investigate the CEO of KB Security. We should be able to discover the truth simply by analyzing the keycard data. Wow! Well, Mr. Gatto, the name of the CEO of KB Security is Kane Bullard. I was unable to contact him directly, but I got the keycard data here. So what does it show? Each keycard has its own serial number and they have detailed records of their use. According to this data, this card was used at 1 AM on the morning of the crime. Okay, so used on October 12th, the night of the crime at 1 AM. But that means it can't be Mr. Delight dressed as Masque DeMasque in the photo. Ha, it looks like you're right. 2 minutes isn't even enough time to brew a good cup of joe. So then... Ron Delight was clearly in the office of KB Security's CEO at the time of the crime. The prosecutor's office is ready to admit that fact. Therefore, it's impossible for the defendant to be Masque DeMasque. Good job! You did it, Nick! That's enough. I came perilously close to besmirching the record of an innocent young man, besmirching him with the title of thief. Well, what's wrong, Your Honor? I'm ready to pass judgment, but before I do that, do you have any further objections? No, Your Honor. Very well. The court finds the defendant, Mr. Ron Delight, not guilty. Did we do it? Did we actually finish the case? Court is now adjourned. Nick, you did it! You were right after all. Actually, I'm a little bit ashamed of myself. Nicky boy! Oh, Miss Delight. I knew you could do it. I believed in you all along, Nicky boy. I don't know how I can ever repay you. Aw, shucks. Thanks, Miss Delight. I just know I'm blushing. Congratulations, Mr. Nick! Oh, pearls. I've got a bad feeling about this. Who is this woman? Oh, she's nobody. She's just, You're blushing! How dare you do this in front of Mystic Maya? You should be ashamed of yourself. Youch, she slapped me. Pearly? This woman is Miss Desiree Delight. She's our client's wife. Mr. Nick! Yeah. You're even worse than I thought. Going behind the back of your own client. No, you've got it all wrong. I'll never forgive you. Ow, a double slap. Well, anyway, all's well that ends well, right? We got the sacred urn back and the thief has been caught. You're so right, and it's all thanks to Nicky boy here. But actually, it was you, Miss Delight, that brought us our urn back. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Oh, please, you're embarrassing me. If we won the case, then why does this guy still look so glum? Ugh, but I am the thief. Actually, what's the point? What is it, honey? I did my best for you, Ronnie. I know that and I appreciate it, Desi. But the thing is, come on, give the kid some time. He's just got a little touch of the blues. You know about feeling blue, right, amigo? Mr. Godot, what are you doing here? Oh, come on. I just came here to say thanks to my newest buddy. You, Mr. Trite. Maybe you should learn my name before you call me buddy. Well, playtime is over. Huh? Early this morning, the body of Kane Bullard was discovered. Kane Bullard? Where have I heard that name before? Isn't that the name of the CEO of KP Security? Wait, but body? The estimated time of death was 1 a.m. on October 12th. 1 a.m. on October 12th? You don't mean. That's right, amigo. At the same time that a cheap little urn was being stolen, the CEO of KB Security was being murdered. So then, what are you doing here? Oh, come on, you figured it out already, haven't you, amigo? Or have you already forgotten about that piece of info I helped you out with today? Help me out? What? On October 12th at 1 o'clock in the morning, Ron Delight was in the CEO's office, the scene of the murder. After getting that blackmail letter, he must have been imbued with utter rage. What are you saying? Imbued with rage? Come on, don't tell me you didn't know. Ron Delight was once an employee of KB Security. He was a professional security guard. An employee of KB Security? It looks like the alibi that saved him from being convicted as a thief is going to be the noose that gets him hanged. Kind of an anti-alibi. No way. He can't be the thief because he was at the murder scene when the murder occurred. No, that's a lie. It can't be true. But I am a thief, I tell you. Ron Delight, you're going back to prison again. This time the charge is much more serious. This time you'll be tried for murder. Well, what? This is impossible. I'm looking forward to another exciting showdown, Mr. Trite. You and I aren't through with each other yet. Surely you won't back down from a challenge. You've never been a coward. Mr. Nick, is there something personal between you two? I've returned from the depths of hell to do battle with you. At least let me have some fun while I'm here. This guy, who the heck is he? He may be quiet, but he's the most dangerous enemy I've ever faced. Well then, time to say goodbye to Mr. Delight. Nick, how can this be happening? Right in front of our very eyes, our client has been arrested for murder. And the one who established his presence at the scene was me. Yeah, Ronnie. Arrested for murder on the very same day is declared innocent of larceny. What the heck's going to happen next? Well, I guess the trials and investigations aren't over in this case yet, because now we have a whole new problem to deal with. So let's save, and we're going to move on to the next investigation portion. You know, I'm glad we found the urn and all, but poor Mr. Delight got arrested again. Well, supposedly Mr. Delight was in the CEO's office when the murder occurred. No way, Jose. I don't buy it. But the one who proved that Mr. Delight was there was Mr. Nick himself, at least from what I can understand. Looks like you did too good of a job this time, Nick. Well, how about we get started looking into the KB security murder? I think I'm going to head back to Kareem Village for a little while, if that's alright. Sure, but why? I'm going to bring the sacred urn back and have some people take a look at it. Oh, that's a good idea. I think I'll go with... No, Mystic Maya, you should stay here. I want you two to spend some special quality time together, full of love and happiness. Pearls is so caught up in her fantasy, she forgot there's a murder to solve. Okay, and the sacred urn has been passed to pals. Now remember, no fighting, okay? She's gone. Okay, Nick, time to get going on this murder investigation. You must be relieved we got the sacred urn back, huh? You bet, but there's something a little different about it, huh? Don't huh at me. It's pretty obvious, isn't it? I mean, take a look at this. It clearly says I am on the urn in the poster. But the urn we got back says Ami, like it always used to. Oh yeah, you're right. Plus the vase has pink splotches on it now. I'm sure they weren't there before. Maya doesn't know, but 1 year ago when the urn was broken, the repairer accidentally turned Mystic Army's name into I Am. And that repairer was one mechanically unskilled Lil Pearls. But still, I don't remember ever seeing pink splotches on it. Is it possible that urn is a fake? I'm sure Pearls will find out about that once she gets back to Karain. Yeah, I suppose. Now that I think about it, Maya hasn't been back to Karain Village in a long time. So I guess people still go to Karain Village to do their training, right? Yep, if you want to become a spirit medium, you need to undergo severe training. So why haven't you been training lately, Maya? Well, lately I've been thinking of heading to a channeling dojo to do just that. A channeling dojo, huh? Sounds pretty serious, whatever that is. If you're going to train, you have to be serious, otherwise real tragedies can happen. Is what happened last year still bothering you? That murder in her village, it happened because the power of channeling was misused. When a medium uses the Karain technique, she temporarily loses her own will. So when an especially strong spirit is summoned, the spirit medium can get taken over and even forced to commit terrible crimes. What's worse, in those cases, the spirit medium has no memory of what happened. That murder, it wasn't your fault, Maya. You know that, don't you? I suppose not, but I guess I'm still a bit shaken up, that's all. Sounds like being the master of Karain is going to be a heavy responsibility. Okay, so let's move to the main exhibition hall. The Treasures of Karain exhibit is all ruined now. Maya, I'm sorry, it's just so sad. This was our big chance for everyone to learn about spirit channeling. Maybe I can cheer her up somehow. Well, now that we've got the sacred urn back, maybe they can reopen it. Oh, really? Sure, maybe we can label it the Urn of Masque DeMasque's Desires. That would probably attract a lot of attention. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That's brilliant, Nick. We could clean up and be filthy rich. Woohoo! Wow, that was surprisingly easy. Okay, let's move to the basement warehouse. Oh, it's you, Mr. Wright. Miss Andrews. What's she still hanging around down here for? So how's it going? What about the sacred urn? The urn? Oh, that. It's been taken care of already. What do you mean, oh, that? Taken care of? Do you mean it's been found? Yes. It was brought in during the trial today. Wow, really? You really are the greatest, Mr. Wright. Mr. Wright had nothing to do with it. It was Masque DeMasque's wife that found it. Well, anyway, I'm so relieved. Okay, let's talk to Adrian about DeMasque's identity. I just heard all about it on the news. So that detective was actually the thief all along. It looks that way right now. It's my fault. I'm the one who ended up hiring DeMasque to guard the treasures. Don't blame yourself. You were just doing your job. Hey Nick, if she wants to apologize, you should let her. So, when was it that you hired Detective Atme again? About 20 days ago. And when was it that Masque DeMasque's calling card arrived? That was about 10 days ago. So he sent a calling card to the very place he was hired to guard. I guess that's it then. Detective Atme must have really wanted the sacred urn after all. I guess so. Okay, the night of the crime. What? So Masque DeMasque murdered someone as well? Well, that's how things look right now. Yes, but I thought he was here stealing the urn at the time. Well, we're talking about a criminal mastermind, so anything is possible. Nick, let's get down to business already. On the night of the theft, did you notice anything suspicious about Detective Atme? No, I couldn't have. After all, he was hidden the entire time. I never even caught a glimpse of him. He claims that's the way he always operates. That's just what he says so he can have an alibi while he commits the thefts himself. Yeah, he was caught in the crime scene photo dressed up as Masque DeMasque pretty well. Okay, Sacred Urn. I'm so glad that you got your Sacred Urn back. Yes, but there's still something that bothers me about it. What is it? I'm not exactly sure, but somehow the urn that came back seems different. Really? You wouldn't know anything about that, would you, Miss Andrews? No, I don't know anything. Well, why should I? Is Miss Andrews the reason why the urn's all pink? Cyclops! What do you think this means, Nick? It means the person that holds the secret to the mystery of the Sacred Urn is our very own Miss Andrews. Okay. So I'm guessing we can't solve her Cyclops yet. No. Yeah, okay, we can't do that yet. Okay, so yeah, let's go look elsewhere for now. So let's go back to Wright and Kerr, and we're gonna move to DeMasque's hideout. Oh, Nicky boy, Maya, Mr. Light. All I wanted to do was help my dear Ronnie. Yeah, but I guess it ended up hurting his case. Don't say that, Nick. She doesn't need your help beating herself up. Hey, Nicky boy, please help Ronnie. He's not a killer, I swear. My Ronnie wouldn't hurt a fly. Alright, I'll poke around and see what I can find out. Really? Are you serious? Oh, I'm so happy. I knew asking for your help was the right thing to do. Oh wow, Beanie Buns, thank you so much for the raid. Hello viewers. My name is Georgia, but most people know me as G-Dog. I am a variety streamer, and today I am playing some Ace Attorney Trilogy. Currently playing through Trials and Tribulations. But yeah, hello everyone. I hope you're all doing wonderful. Yeah, Desiree. Desiree is such a good character. But yeah, thank you for the raid, Beanie Buns. I hope you had a great stream. What were you guys playing on your channel? I had no idea Mr. Light had such a vulnerable side. Oh, you're on the very last case? Oh, I love that last case so much. Yeah, I am familiar with this game. I've played through the Ace Attorney series quite a bit actually. But yeah, I think out of the original trilogy, I think Trials and Tribulations is probably my favourite game. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's totally fine. Go do whatever you need to do to relax per stream. I really appreciate it. But yeah, and I hope you have a great rest of your day, evening, night. Yeah, I don't know what time zone you're in, but anyway. But yeah, in case you can't tell, I am from merry old England, UK born and raised. Yeah, so hopefully my accent is easy to understand and follow along with, because I've had a bit of a mixed bag about my accent. Some people think it's great, some people can barely understand me. But yeah. Oh, Noikini, thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate it. Yeah. So, okay. So yeah, so now we're gonna talk to Desi a bit more. So where I'm at in this case right now, so I've just finished the trial where we figured out who Masque DeMasque actually was. So now I'm currently on the second part of the case where there's been a murder and Ron Delight has been accused of committing that murder. So yeah, so I'm currently investigating that and trying to prove him innocent again. So yeah. Listen carefully, Nicky boy. My Ronnie would never ever kill anyone. It's just not in him. I don't think he would either, Nick. Yeah, but you have to admit he's got a bit of a temper to him. It's not that hard to imagine him just snapping and screaming, "Please die." He would never say that. Anyway, Mr. Light, he might not be a killer, but he's still going around saying he's a thief. I already told you, that's just a fantasy for him. Mr. Light, I hate to see it. I hate to say it, but you're the one living in a fantasy world. Well, what? How dare you say that to me, Nicky boy? I know everything about my Ronnie. We don't have any secrets between us. Ronnie isn't the thieving type. He's so honest that he wouldn't even sneak a nap. He's so honest that he wouldn't even steal a glance. A thief. Ha! The very idea. I guess I just don't get it. But yeah, also thank you Noikini, because you are actually my 100th follower. So yeah, I just reached that amazing milestone. Again, thanks to you. So yeah, yeah, thank you so much for anyone coming in from the raid. I hope you guys can stick around and have a fun time. Yeah, so get what? I just can't understand how they can be so different and yet be such a happy couple. Yeah, they sure are different. Come on now, Nicky boy. It's not that mysterious, is it? It was love at first sight. For me, anyway. What? For you? Okay, so let's ask about Detective Acme. I hate these kinds of people more than anything. You mean Ace Detectives? No, I'm fine with Ace Detectives. Oh, so then you must mean thieves? No, they're alright too. I just hate thieves that pretend to be Ace Detectives. There's nothing I hate more than cowardly men. By the way, why did you go to Detective Acme's office anyway? Well, as the trial went on, I started to get more and more anxious. I went there to try and find out more about the real criminal. The real criminal? Yes, obviously, the real Masque DeMasque is not my Ronnie, right? Yeah, we now know it's Luke Acme. Yeah? And Detective Acme knows more about Masque DeMasque than anyone else. They mentioned him on the Great People Around Town segment on TV. So then, you went there to ask him some questions? That's right, I'll do whatever it takes to save my man. His secretary said the Ace Detective isn't in right now, but I forced my way past her and into his hideout. I wouldn't exactly call that office of his a hideout. Nah, not really. That bag was sitting right there on top of the table. Oh yeah, we saw that back there yesterday too. There's nothing lower than someone who would try to pin a crime on someone else. Okay, now let's ask about KB Security, which is the new crime scene that's been discovered. Mr. Light, do you know about KB Security? Don't be silly, of course I knew. That's where my Ronnie works. So, she thinks he still works there, huh? And yet, according to what we heard today... Hey, gotta... Okay. Come on, don't tell me you didn't know. Rhonda Light was once an employee of KB Security. Yeah, so for anyone who's coming from the raid, if you're a fan of anime, so I don't know if you guys can see my tags, I mean you should be able to, but I am a massive anime fan, and there is actually a Ace Attorney anime that I highly recommend to anyone who is a fan of the games. It is so good. Yeah, it's a really good time and really funny, and it's a really great way, or a really great alternate way of viewing the story of the games. He was a professional security guard. Ron quit. He doesn't work there anymore. It looks like Mr. Light doesn't know. KB Security is only about 20 minutes away, by motorbike that is. Larry told me it takes 30 minutes by car. Well, I have to admit I tend to fly pretty fast on my bike. To make it to KB Security that fast, are you sure you aren't literally flying? Why don't I give you a ride sometime? Or better yet, how about now? No, I'll pass, thanks. Well, why don't you just tell us where it is and we'll go ourselves? Haha, what a scaredy cat you are, Nick. Mr. Light told us the location of KB Security. Okay, let's head over there right away, Nick. Okay, but first, let's ask about how she fell in love with Rhonda Light. So was it really love at first sight when you first met Mr. Delight? Well, maybe not at first sight, but Ronnie saved my life. Saved your life? I was at work one day when two robbers suddenly rushed in. Well, I'm not the kind to just curl into a little ball in the corner, so I fought back. Robbers? Yeah, they took me hostage. I was so frightened. They were both carrying these huge knives, and I broke down into tears. Yeah, I would too if I were in that situation. Yeah. Oh, I think I get it. Did Mr. Delight come running to save you? Yes, exactly. I remember he looked so handsome in the guard uniform of his. He went right up to those two knife-wielding robbers and screamed in their faces. Please, stop it, he screamed. I could see the robbers' faces turn pale. That high-pitched shriek of his does have a surprisingly strong effect on people. Then crying and swinging his arms like crazy, he attacked the two robbers. All by himself, he came to save me, a total stranger, all by himself. He was so scared that he was crying and shaking, but he still risked his life for me. Wow, that's a great story. Yes, he may not look it, but in a tough situation, there's no one better. That's why I fell in love with him like I did. That's so romantic. I'd fall in love too, I guess. Oh my god, Phoenix. Nick, I hope you do the same for me if I ever get taken hostage. Maya, you already did get taken hostage, remember? With Maya, that possibility always seems to loom in the night. Well, she didn't really get taken hostage, it was more kidnapping, but still. But yeah, it always seems to loom in the not so distant future. Okay, so So yeah, let's go check out Seeing the Crime. KB Security. So I guess this is where it all went down, huh? The walls in here look thick, just like you'd expect in a CEO office. What has that got to do with anything? Hey, it's you guys. Hey, it's everyone's favorite lovable but not so smart detective. Oh, it's Detective that was nearly a slip of the tongue. I nearly said Gumshoe, but no, it's Gumshoe. Today was a real train wreck for you guys, huh? Sure was, pal. That prosecutor made real fools out of us. Yeah, I feel for ya. Wow, that's not like you at all. I thought you'd be more like, oh, that was great. You guys got what you deserved, pal. Ho 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 ho. Or something to that effect. Do I really sound like that to you, pal? If the gumshoe fits. Well, anyway. The point is, I can tell when someone puts their heart into their job. And I can sympathize when things don't go your way, so can I. Sometimes I feel like wrong is the only way things go for us detectives. Wow, I had no idea Detective Gumshoe was such a nice guy. Now if this little love fest is over, maybe we can start investigating. Okay, just gonna need to take a sip of my drink. I'll be very, very quick. There we go. Hydration is very important after all. Okay. Let's ask what happened. Detective Gumshoe, tell us what you know about the murder. Okay. But the thing is, I'm really not supposed to. Hey, come on. What about how we put our hearts into our work? Things are really working against us right now, and we need help. Okay, I'll tell you. Just don't start crying on me, okay, pal? Okay, I won't cry on you, pal. The victim's name is Kane Bullard. He was the CEO of KB Security and a pretty big fella in his own right. His corpse was discovered at 9 o'clock this morning. His estimated time of death was 1 o'clock in the morning on October 12th. Cause of death was blunt force trauma to the head, probably an object in this room. It happened exactly the same time that Masque DeMasque was stealing the urine, huh? Okay, Kane's autopsy report, time of death, 12th of October at 1 AM, caused cerebral hemorrhaging from blunt trauma to the head. So, why did it take almost an entire day to discover the body? There's a good explanation for that one. Bullard's body was stashed away inside the safe. Safe? Well, it is pretty big. Nobody had heard from him, and when they opened the safe this morning, out he came. Oh, so the body fell out. That white string must be the shape from when he fell out. I think we still need some more information about Mr. Billiard. Maya? Yeah, literally. Maybe you could start by getting the man's name right. Yeah, it's Bullard, Maya, not Billiard. Anyway, Detective Acme. So, what happened to Masque DeMasque? He's at the detention center screaming like a madman. Investigate me again, he keeps yelling. Ah, no, I didn't mean him. He's not the real thief anyway, right? Oh, you mean that Detective Acme? Ho 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 ho. Oh, that was great. That guy got what he deserved. Oh ho ho. Now that's the detective I know and love. Think about it. Acme was always around when a calling card showed up, but he always mysteriously disappeared when the heist took place. Hi Emily, yeah, I got caught up with the Oscars. I loved Ariana and Cynthia's performance. Yeah, their whole Wicked performance was amazing. And yeah, I thought they both looked really pretty on the red carpet. But he always mysteriously disappeared when the heist took place. I was hiding at the crime scene. Heh, yeah, right. That's the lamest thing I've ever heard. That's how you just knew he was the thief. That would explain how he was able to retrieve the stolen item he keeps bragging about. Yeah, he just did that to make himself look like a great detective, that's all. But there's this one thing I can't figure out about his first heist. His first heist? Yeah, the Tear of Emanon case. There was a witness on that one. A witness? Here, I saved the newspaper clipping. Since the thief is already under arrest, you guys can keep it. Okay, the gem and the thief. Hey, this guard here. Haven't I seen him somewhere before? It's pretty small, so it's kind of hard to see, but now that she mentions it... Newspaper clipping added to the court record. Yeah, who was that guard? Let me just, unless it was, Ron Delight. Yeah. Maybe. Okay, let's ask about Goddard. Ooh, that prosecutor. I really don't like that guy. The way he used our own evidence to do that to Mr. Delight. Yeah, I think he did it that way just because he knew it'd hurt more. That's what my gut tells me anyway. So who is that Java-addicted masked maniac anyway? Prosecutor Godot? He's quite the enigma, huh? The thing is, pal, I never even heard of the guy before. He just showed up one day at the prosecutor's office, came out of nowhere. That's right, he said this was his first case as a prosecutor. And it's true. According to the records anyway, but no way he's an amateur. He's a nice man in court, a maverick that gives me goosebumps. Nice typo. That should say gives developer, not give. Plural, not singular. Okay, goosebumps, you? Yeah, I knew something was off about him, so I asked around. Nobody would talk to me. They all just turned the other way. Poor Detective Gumshoe. I had no idea you were so unpopular. Ah, no, that's not what I meant. That Godot guy acts like he knows me and has a grudge against me. I get the feeling he's hiding some kind of dark secret. Okay, so, we should probably examine this room. So let's start with the body outline. This rope. You think it fell out of the safe when it was opened? I don't think so. So you mean... I knew Cynthia Erivo was like a, she was like a Tony Award winner, and she's won Emmy Awards, and she's also won Grammy Awards. I think the Oscar is the only award that she's not won yet. But yeah, I love her singing voice so much. Yeah, she has been in quite a few different films, and she's also been on stage a lot as well. But yeah, yeah, I'd definitely be interested in seeing her in more stuff as well, not just maybe watch some of her older stuff before Wicked, but I hope that Wicked opens even more doors for her, because she's a great actress and singer. So you mean, yeah, I think this string shows where and how the corpse is lying. You mean the victim? He was killed by being crushed by the safe door? She can't be serious, can she? No. Okay, let's examine the safe. Ew, think about it. A dead guy was laying in here all night. Yeah, oh, by the way, don't bother asking about fingerprints, there were none. Well, somebody opened the safe on the night of the crime, right? I think they're fake. I think, yeah, because her nails at the Oscars were really long. I think, yeah, I think they're false. Like, you can get, like, nails that you can stick on your actual nails. But yeah, those were definitely not her real nails. I know that much. Yeah, and so... Excuse me, I'm just gonna mute my mic whilst I clear my throat. There we go. Well, if Mr. Ballard's body was hidden in here, it must mean that it was opened by either the killer or the victim, right? Yeah, I guess so. Ho 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 ho. I got some bad news for you, pal. Are you ready? Okay, shoot. Opening this baby is no piece of cake. There are only a few people who know how to open the safe, pal. Yeah, and everyone that knows how to open the safe had airtight alibis, I checked. Everyone except one, that is. I'm almost afraid to ask. Yeah, I know that Cynthia's British, but yeah, I think I'd be more likely to, like, if I was in the showbiz industry, I think I'd be more likely to be friends with Ari than Cynthia, but yeah, I can definitely see why Ari and Cynthia do get along so well though, because I mean, Wicked's one of those movies where, yeah, I'd imagine it was really easy to get like immersed in like the magical world of Oz and everything, and for a lot of the actors in that movie it was a dream come true being a part of that movie, so they were all living their dream together. So yeah. Former security chief Ron DeLight. What? Ron DeLight? He was a security chief? Ron? So he knew how to open the safe, huh? Yeah, sorry for raining on your parade there, pal. Okay, what's this binder? Check out this big thick binder here. Leave the heavy lifting to me, Nick. Reading a file isn't exactly back-breaking work, just a little hard on the eyes. Ah, well, what did you find out, Nick? This file, it's not about any sort of security operations or anything. This huge file is all about Masque DeMasque. It's filled with info on him. What? What kind of info? It's filled with incredibly detailed info about his methods and crime scenes. Huh? Hey Nick, look at the last page. It's a list. Let's see. Tier of Eminon, $100,000. This looks like a list of all the treasures that Masque DeMasque stole. So then $100,000 is the value of the stolen item? I don't know. That number sounds kinda low to me. I think I'd better secretly make a copy of this list. Kane's list added to the court record. Okay, what else can we look at? Ooh, there's quite a few files over here. There's also this really conspicuous button. But yeah, I'll start with the files. These look like some kind of bookshelf rolling cabinet hybrid. Nuff, I can't get in between these two shelves. Don't strain yourself trying. It looks like the shelves are controlled by a special panel. So I guess it's one shelf at a time, huh? Looks like they're filled with bunches of files. Yeah, files filled with data about security jobs they were hired to handle. It'd be a good night's reading if you've got insomnia. I was hoping for something a little bit more exciting, like UFOs or something. Okay, let's check out this big red button. Oh, there's a button here. Let's see. Oh no! Hey, cut it out. Don't press that. Haha, that was pretty funny. I never knew Detective Gumshoe could jump like that. What is that button anyway? Oh, that alarm sound was hideous. Okay. It's an emergency buzzer. It says it right there on the panel. Oops, you're right. It's written right there. Nick, how many times have I told you to read the instructions first? Maya, it was you who pressed the button. You're the one who should have read the instructions. This alarm is connected to the basement guard room. It's used to summon security up here. Really? Then it's possible on the night of the crime. Oh, so when the CEO was attacked, do you think that maybe he pressed the buzzer? Yeah, I thought about that, so I asked around down there. But they said that the buzzer never went off that night. Also, we couldn't find any fingerprints on the buzzer. Mr. Bullard, the victim, wasn't wearing any gloves, by the way, just so you know. I think we better go and talk to that guard about this emergency buzzer. Okay. So, is there anything else worth looking at? Let's see. Computer, oh no. Desk. This must be the CEO's desk. It's a lot simpler than I would have thought. Hey, that looks like a super soft chair. Let me try it out just for a second. Ooh, nice. I feel just like a CEO. Hey, you. Whip me up a cup of some really expensive import tea and some scones. Move it. Ah, this is life. The victim signed that chair just before he was brutally killed, you know. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't do my own stunts in a movie, that's for sure. I'd have a stunt double or someone else do the stunts for me. But yeah, John Chu, who directed Wicked, did such a good job, and I hope to see him directing more stuff. Okay, okay, the last thing we're gonna examine is this painting. Wow, look at that huge framed photo. Tall mountains rising majestically against a dark and cloudy sky. There's a title written at the bottom of the photo. The greatest sunrise of my life. This is it? This was his best sunrise? Either this guy didn't get out enough or he had really rotten luck with the weather. Maybe if he had lived a little longer, he would have seen some better days. Okay, oh wait, oh, okay. So, okay. Tear of Emanon, Left Hand of Hades, Portrait of Virginia, Crown of Bongora. There we go. Okay. So let's move around. So, ooh, security room. Wow, this is really something else. For a security guard office, it sure doesn't feel very secure. KB security guard. Uh-oh, I just remembered Larry might be... Hey, Nick, what's up? Hi, Larry. So he is here. Yo, how's it hanging, dude? And you got my sweet little Maya with you, too. Hi, Larry. Here I was working my fingers to the bone, and in walks an angel. I've got no problems with the daytime date. It's all good. No, that's not what we're here for. We're investigating the Bullard murder case. Huh? Oh yeah, that's right. You're a lawyer, aren't you? He's so hopelessly clueless. Well, you know what they say, if something smells, it's usually the butts. And there's a reason why that saying goes around, because Larry's not the brightest bulb in the shed. Well, if it's about the murder case, boy, have I got some good info for you. Really? What is it? Well, I don't mind sharing with my sweet little Maya, but Nick here is a different story. But Larry, I thought you two were old school buddies. That was then and this is now. Okay. Let's talk with Larry about his good info. So what's this good info you were talking about, Larry? Hey, I'm a guard, a pro. I can't just give away information for free. He wants a bribe? I thought professionals were more, I don't know, honest. Can you talk to him, Maya? Larry, tell us already. What's the good info? Hey, I like that. This kitten has got some claws. Rare. Okay. You really want to know? Yes, yes, so tell me. Okay, the thing is, Ron Delight was an employee here. No, really? And naturally, since I'm a pro, I looked into his background. Follow me? Yes, you're a pro. I follow you. Go on. Well, 1 year. Ron Delight was followed. No. Ron Delight was fired. And there was no warning at all. It just happened all of a sudden. I know this is a small company, but I think that was pretty awful. I guess he must have done something bad to have gotten fired like that. Like maybe skipping out of work to go pick up hot chicks or something. No, that's just you. Okay, security guard. So what is it like to be a part-time security guard? Let me tell you, it's tough. Well, you know me. I get by alright, I guess. First, I have to keep my eye on those monitors all the time. Monitors? There are security cameras set in each room around the building. It's really hard. Sometimes I feel like my eyes are gonna fall out. Oh. Well, I think the reason why Nessa Rose is in a wheelchair is because the actress who plays Nessa Rose is actually in a wheelchair in real life. Like, she uses a wheelchair all the time. So it's probably related to the actress that played Nessa Rose in Wicked, why Nessa Rose was in a wheelchair. And I think, I don't think the bubble, well, either the bubble wasn't real, like it was CG, or maybe it was just like a ball that they had Ariana stand in, and maybe they might have made it fly with like visual effects, I don't know, but yeah, I think Thor God is probably gonna answer a lot of questions that the first movie didn't, because that's the whole point. Like, Wicked Part 1 is very much like the first act of the musical, whereas Wicked Part 2 or Wicked for Good is the second act. So yeah. And if I see something suspicious, I have to contact one of the teams. What teams? The security teams for this company. They're supposedly the best in the business. But I'm no amateur either. So if it's something small, I don't bother calling them. So in other words, you basically watch TV screens all day long. Okay, let's ask him about the night of the crime. You were in this office when the murder took place, weren't you? Why do you say that? This is just a part-time job for me, and I can't operate the equipment, and I'm dumb. At least he knows he's dumb. Even if it is part-time and you are dumb, you're still in charge of security here. Hey, give me a break. Don't try to pin the whole thing on me. That's not fair, Nick. Huh? I don't think you can expect someone like him to take any responsibility. Anyway, the point is you were here that night, right? Oh, psych lock alert. Okay. Oh no, I knew something smelled bad, and it was the butts after all. Well, it's like I always say, that was then and this is now, okay? It looks like I'm going now to break his psych locks after all. Okay, I don't know whether we can do that yet, so I'm going to keep on looking around just to make sure I have all the evidence. But yeah, is there anything I can examine in this room? Hey Larry, that's your jacket, isn't it? That's right. Did you know you hung it right on top of some kind of lever? Yeah, sure. I was told to never ever touch that lever. She scowled and huffed at me. Something terrible will happen if you do. Got it, Greenhorn? So why hang your jacket on such an important lever? Yeah, I think that definitely is what For Good's gonna be about. It's gonna be about, like, what, because the whole thing, like, as well as defying gravity being like this show-stopping number, it's basically Alphabet taking control of her whole destiny and learning that being herself is okay. So I think I think the second movie is definitely gonna like, it's gonna show a more confident within herself version of Alphabet, I think. But yeah. And yeah, I've heard that Dorothy is gonna be featured quite a bit in Wicked for Good. Because I don't know whether all of the movie is set after Dorothy comes to Oz, but I know some of it is. Yeah. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting as well to see if Wicked for Good is gonna be like the last Wicked movie, or whether they're gonna expand on that story in the future, but I don't know. Because it got me curious. If the jacket's weight pulls the lever down, that's what they call an accident. Doesn't the suspense just kill you? Don't you want to know what'll happen, huh? It's true, it's killing me too. What about you, Nick? Yeah, but for a different reason. Okay. Let's see. So we can't slide anywhere. So what about this paper? Something is written on this poster in fine print. Agor's 5 commandments. Wow, this sounds serious. Let's see what it says. 1. Obey thy superior. 2. Respect thy superior. 3. Smile at thy superior. 4. Salute thy superior. 5. Buy donuts for thy superior upon command. It's signed... Wait, Wendy Oldbag? Oh no. Not Oldbag. She's one tough old bird, let me tell ya. Cross her and you come face to face with a real, genuine ray gun. Yeah, sounds scary, alright. Well, fortunately, she's on vacation. That's why I'm so relaxed right now. Yeah, I remember doing The Wizard of Oz. I remember I auditioned for Dorothy and I failed miserably. I think I ended up playing a chauffeur, so I was one of the people that got Dorothy to Oz. But yeah, we didn't actually do the Bugsy Malone play, we were just in the choir, so we sang all the songs. But I remember we also watched Bugsy Malone when we did that play. Yeah, there was also the nativity plays that we did near Christmas, which were always really fun. But yeah, so yeah, I don't think there's anything else to look at here. So let's keep on exploring elsewhere. Main exhibition hall, move. Acme Detective Agency, okay. Whoa, this place is literally crawling with cops. What did you expect now that they know he was actually Masque DeMasque? This must be incredibly embarrassing for them, don't you think? Yeah, I guess they're trying to make up for it by tearing the place apart. Hey, I just noticed. Gumshoe is nowhere to be seen. Well, he is a homicide detective. He's probably working on the murder case. But wasn't he in charge of the Masque DeMasque investigation all the way up to yesterday? Yeah, I remember watching, like, cause the Oscars were on ITV, and before the show started, they actually interviewed Cynthia on the red carpet, And yeah, even the reporter was like, I will not be surprised if you get nominated again next year for Wicked for Good. But yeah, I think honestly, if I mean, I kind of wasn't totally surprised that Ariana didn't win for Best Supporting Actress because Zoe Saldana is an amazing actress. Um, but I was more surprised that Cynthia didn't win for Best Actress. Um, but yeah, I think any other year where maybe Amelia Perez and Honora, who yeah, the Best Actress winner was in a film called Honora. I think if they were nominated, I think Wicked would have absolutely swept up. But yeah, um, but yeah, I mean they'll have another chance next year. And yeah, I can definitely see both Ariana and Cynthia being nominated again next year because I know they're probably gonna crush it again in Wicked for Good. But yeah, but yeah, we'll have to see. Well, wasn't he in charge of the Masque DeMasque investigation all the way up to yesterday? Well, a murder case is a lot more exciting, isn't it? He'd say something like, "There's nothing like a good murder case, pal." Points for the quality of the impression, but I'm not sure Gumshoe has bloodlust, Maya. Okay, so there's nothing here. So, I think we've been everywhere we can be. So, I think right now, I'll just double check that though. Because right now we have 2 sets of Cyclops to solve. We have Adrian Andrews Cyclops and we have Larry's Cyclops. So yeah, although I might just go through and present evidence to everyone as well, just in case I've missed out on any conversation topics. So yeah, let's okay. Okay. But yeah, I think for Adrian, I might try doing her Cyclops, and then yeah, yeah. Let's see. Do do do. Or yeah. Or actually, I might take the easy way and do Larry's first. Because I just remembered Larry. I'm pretty sure Larry's Cyclops at this point are easier than Adrian's. So let's go do that. Where? Right and Detention Centre, main exhibition hall. Oh wait, yeah, okay, there we go. Move. No. How do I get to, oh, it was there, god damn it, okay. There, okay. Sorry about that, guys, there we go, I got there. So yeah, let's move to the security room, and yeah, let's solve Larry's Cyclops first. So let's present the Magatama. Okay. Yeah, yeah, people on social media can just be mean sometimes. It's best to not like. I mean, I just tend to take social media with like a grain of salt sometimes. Like I don't let opinions that I obviously don't agree with affect me too much. But yeah. Okay, so on the night of the crime, were you working hard like you were supposed to? What? Huh? Of course I was. Why wouldn't I have been? But didn't you sneak out of work just yesterday to go see Mr. Light? Ah, but that was that, and this is this. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, yeah, unfortunately the social media can just be toxic sometimes, like not a very nice place to be. But yeah, definitely treat others the way that you want to be treated. Is there any chance that you snuck out of work last night too? Never. I didn't sneak out. I'll tell you what. I'll even bet you $1. $1? Wow. Now that's confidence. What's with that drenched in the rain puppy look on your face? Do you have evidence that I left my position, or are you just pulling my chain? The evidence that Larry was not manning the station when the murder happened is... do we have the... I don't know if I have evidence of this. The evidence that Larry was not manning his station. Yeah, maybe I need to, right, I'll just go talk to Desi and make sure I've got everything from her. Okay, present. Oh, this is the guy who delivered Ronnie's wallet. He's got some issues, doesn't he? Huh? Let's just say his flirting style is pretty obvious. Pretty stale too, actually. It's pretty sad when the only thing you remember about a man are his lame pickup lines. What's even more sad is said man probably believes in those like they're his lifelines. Looks like he blew it again, huh? So yeah, that was a good memory jogger. So yeah, I think I need to present the wallet because Larry can't have been at the security office when he was delivering the wallet. Yeah, let me just verify that. Well, yeah, because if he was delivering it to Ron, then yeah. Okay, let me just... Where's the wallet? Okay. That's Ronnie's wallet. It was found at KB Security on the night of the murder. Ronnie and I went out to dinner early that evening. I'm sure he had his wallet with him then. So it's true then. He must have dropped it at the crime scene. Okay, yeah, I really like Ariana and Cynthia's friendship. They obviously care a lot about each other, like they have a really special bond. But yeah. Okay, so so let me move back to the security room. Okay, so yeah, let's present the Magatama again, and I'm gonna try the wallet for the first part. Okay. Okay, so yeah, let's try the wallet. This wallet. You know about this, right? I've never seen it before. Liar. You hand-delivered this wallet to Mr. Light just yesterday. Yay! Thank you, Desi, for jogging my memory. Give me a break. You can't expect me to remember every little thing that happens. Well, I do expect you to remember something that happened just yesterday. What time was it when you found this wallet? I guess it was around 1 o'clock in the morning on the first floor of our company building. 1 o'clock in the morning? That's right. In other words, Larry, at the time of the murder, you were away from the security guard office. Ah! Okay. Yeah. But yeah, I'd imagine, I mean, because I know Ariana and Cynthia aren't the only friendship that was made because of Wicked. Like, I know Ariana and Jonathan Bailey, who played Fiero, they became quite good friends as well. Yeah, so my mum loved Wicked. She actually went to go see Wicked again, so my mum has actually seen Wicked twice. She saw it once with me, and then she went with Phil's sister, Phil being my stepdad. Well, my mum's partner, but I basically consider him my stepdad. But yeah. I can't remember what her standout moments were. I know she loved Defying Gravity, but I can't remember what else she said she liked. Yeah. Yeah. If I had 3 words to describe Wicked though, and this is perfect for anyone who hasn't seen Wicked yet, magical, amazing, and spellbinding, although that's kind of the same as magical, but anyway. Yeah, but there's something you didn't think about. What's that? My shift that day didn't start until 10 p.m. The murderer might have snuck in before then. What do you mean by that? If the murderer had snuck in before 10 p.m., then it wasn't my fault. It was the fault of the guy whose shift it was before mine. Why do I have the feeling that he still doesn't get the seriousness of this? Listen up, Larry. We know beyond a shadow of a doubt that the killer snuck into the CEO's office after 10 p.m. during your shift. Okay, so... Yeah, it's the key card, right? Larry, when you use this key card, does it leave a record? Yeah, it does, but I can't show the records to just anyone, you know. That key card data was already made public in the trial today. What? I didn't know that. Any kind of request for info like that is supposed to go through me. Boy, does that sound a bit arrogant coming from a part-time guard. But yeah, I kind of like that, how they used pink and green so much to market Wicked, and to also, like, a lot of the merchandise and stuff, and like stuff you can buy associated with Wicked is also in pink and green, which, yeah, it is a nice combination though, like, just in general. If you look at pink and green together, it really works. Anyway, according to the data, the door with the to the CEO's office was open with this card. Furthermore, it was most definitely used at 1 a.m., the time of the murder. No way! Yes, someone used this to get into the CEO's office. That happened at 1 a.m. on the night of the crime, right in the middle of your shift. Ooh, Larry, you can't duck your responsibility this time. Yeah, no! Yay, we did it. We solved the Cyclops. Okay. So let's ask him about the night of the crime. Ooh, I knew it. It's all my fault. It's my fault that the boss was killed. My fault. Larry, there was nothing I could do. I have important issues to deal with too, man. What happened that night anyway? Ah, my Donna happened. Huh? Your Donna? I got a bad feeling about this. Yeah, my Donna called and said I have to talk to you right away. So I went to see her and he was standing right there next to her. Who was? Her new boyfriend. It was like some horrible joke. Before I knew what was going on, the guy socked me right in the kisser. Normally I'm the one that does the punching, isn't that right, Maya? Yeah. So is that why you left the security guard office? Wow, I'm sorry. It's all my fault. How can I ever make up for it, Nick? What can I do? What? Wahaha. He's curled up on the floor, crying like a baby. Oh boy. Nick, is there anything I can do? Anything? Just name it. I'll do whatever I have to do to make up for it. I swear I will. Larry. Hey Nick, as long as he's offering, why don't you show him the evidence we've got? She's right. Maybe we'll get at least 1 bit of useful info from him. Nick. Okay, so let's present the evidence. So let's do... the buzzer in the CEO's office is directly connected to this room, right? That's right, just like my heart is connected to yours, Maya. Okay. Huh? Go ahead, Maya. Press the buzzer in your heart. I promise I'll come running to your rescue like the professional guard that I am. Wow, that was pretty good. Heh, thanks. I try. Do you think you could tell us about the buzzer now? Yes, please. Please tell us. Okay, I guess so. Prepare to be wowed. Okay, yay, the light is on. That was my fiance just turning on the light. Okay, so yeah, let's ask about the buzzer. I accidentally pressed the buzzer earlier. Yeah, I heard it, so that was you, huh? You're a security guard, aren't you? Why didn't you come to the CEO office? Well, this is the 3rd floor of the basement. The CEO's office is on the 1st floor. I thought it would be a good idea to adopt a wait and see approach. Plus there's a police detective here. I really like, there's a lot of Galinda's mannerisms I really like in the movie. Like, Ariana is just in general so funny and wicked. Yeah, I also really like Galinda's friends as well. So Fanny and the other one, whose name I can't remember. And then John Fierro, when he gets introduced before he does the dancing through life number, I think he's really funny. So yeah, very, very. But yeah, there's quite a bit of comedy in Wicked, which was I don't know whether I was expecting that going in, which is a nice surprise. Plus, there's a police detective here, right? I just didn't think it was necessary. It's as if he's trying to win an award for the laziest person on the planet. Let's get back to talking about the night of the murder, okay? Is it true that the buzzer didn't go off that night? There must be a record, right? You must have had a look at it, right? Of course I did, and I couldn't possibly have made a mistake either. Do you think you could take just one more look for me? Pretty please. Oh, okay. I just can't say no to you, Maya. What do you think, Nick? He's probably right. I don't think even Larry can make a mistake like that. Wah! Well, what is it? What's wrong? I mean, Ariana Grande has always been funny. I remember, her whole character in Victorious was mostly, I think, the comedy relief. I think Cat Valentine in Victorious was a really funny character. Not to mention, like, Ariana had to put, like, that fake voice on, for the role. Yeah, that was a shock when I found out that her Cat Valentine voice isn't really her real voice. I just remember hearing her and I was like, oh my god, she's so much more clear spoken in real life. But yeah, I've always found Ariana just like funny in general. So, I mean, even when I went to see her live on the Dangerous Woman tour, she was very, very, like, she cracked a few jokes and stuff like that, which was really nice. I made a mistake. Huh? But how? It can't be. It's impossible. Okay, enough already. What about the records? That night, it went off just once, in the morning, at around 1 a.m. 1 a.m? But that's when the murder happened. Really? Are you serious? That's terrible. It can't be. Okay, the buzzer record has been added to the court record. Okay, let's see. Can we present anything else? Okay. Newspaper clipping. I think you know how, okay. Okay, Kane's list. No, okay. Nothing helpful there. You guys have really made me reflect on the way I've been living. But the only problem is, with all this reflecting, where is the time for love? Frankly, I think reflecting is a bit overrated, you know. Well, what are you going on about, Larry? Plus, do you honestly have any new info on the buzzer record? Huh? The record? Ah, no, nothing at all. This guy reflects about as much as a piece of black carpeting. Okay. So, was this the car that was used by the culprit that night? Well, going off the serial number, then yeah. This card was used to open the CEO office door at 1 o'clock in the morning. Your client had this card, right? Then it's a no-brainer. He's the killer, man. Nah. Okay, I don't think we can ask Larry about anything else, so, yeah, so, I'm going to move to the, I'm gonna move to the warehouse and I'm gonna see if I can break Adrian's Cyclops. Okay. The Sacred Urn. Miss Andrews, do you know anything about the Sacred Urn? Do I know anything? I'm in charge of the entire treasure exhibit. The urn that was submitted before the court today. It's obviously not the same urn as before. Well, that's true. Maybe it isn't the same. It could be a fake. A fake? You're the one who said it wasn't the same, so that's the most obvious explanation. Any evidence the end that was submitted at the trial was genuine. Do we have any evidence that it was genuine? I mean, Yeah, let's try this. No, okay. Yeah, that was wrong. Okay, newspaper clipping, DeMasque brooch, publicity photo, security camera photo, camera data, army face golden statue. I don't think I have any evidence that it's genuine. I'm just gonna double, yeah, I really don't know. Maybe I need to find some evidence that it was genuine. Or maybe I can present a profile. So maybe, but I don't think so. Okay, but unfortunately guys, I am gonna actually have to wrap up the stream now. So I'm just gonna save and then I'll go do my, and then I'm gonna do my outro. Okay, I'll just double save just to make sure. There we go. Okay, okay, so there we go. But yeah, thank you for coming everyone. So for anyone that doesn't know, because there'll be a few people rated in who aren't familiar with my streams, but yeah, so I stream every Monday to Friday, and then I have Saturdays off, and then I stream on Sunday. So I will be back online tomorrow. Tomorrow I will be playing some Yakuza 2 Kiwami, because Yakuza is one of my favourite game series. So if you enjoyed what you watched today, please do be sure to give me a follow, and then also turn your notifications on so you know when I go live. If you want to connect with me on socials, I have a Discord server for my stream community. It's not the most active server right now, but if anyone can come in and make plenty of conversation and make it more active, that would be awesome. So yeah, just use the command _Discord to get the link for that, or you can also just click on the Discord link on my channel. Yeah, and then also in the bottom right corner is the username for my X account and my Instagram, in case you wanted to check out my tweets on all things anime, stream related and wrestling, or check out my photos. I don't really post as much on Instagram, I'm more a story person, but yeah, definitely. But yeah, feel free to connect with me if you really want to. But yeah, so I will be back tomorrow. The stream tomorrow will be starting hopefully around 4 p.m. UK time, so around about the same time I started today. So definitely come hang out again if you are available. But yeah, we're gonna raid someone. So let's see who is online. Doobie doobie doo. Okay. No. Okay. But yeah, so I'm gonna take you guys to someone who I raid quite a lot, but it's only because if there is anyone's community that I highly recommend people try and model their community after, it is the Chugs Army, because the Chugs Army are the kindest, most sweetest bunch of people you will ever meet on Twitch, and that community is headed up by one of my favourite wrestlers. I am a huge professional wrestling fan. I've been into WWE since 2009. AEW since that started up. I'm also into New Japan Pro Wrestling, and I used to watch TNA. So if you are ever looking for anyone to, I don't know, fangirl over Roman Reigns about or the Elite about, I'm your girl. But yeah, let's raid the Chucks, who is playing some Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, which is one of my favourite RPGs of all time. So yeah, but yeah, so until tomorrow, I do hope everyone has a great rest of their day, evening, night, whatever time zone you're in. And yeah, we're gonna go raid Chucks. But yeah, see you tomorrow, everyone. Bye.